Hello good yo-yo people, I'm Nate. Today I have a review for you, something a little different, a fixed axle yo-yo. This is the Azalea by Hildy Bros. This is my review of the Azalea. This will be fairly short because it's a fixed axle yo-yo, so I really want to play with it more than talk about in the hand. But I will compare it to the Courier. I have the Courier here. I love this yo-yo. I have a review on this. If you've not checked that out, go check that out. I love this yo-yo. This is one of my favorite, definitely in that top 5 of fixed axle wooden yo-yos. It's so great. The Azalea is coming right up there too. Different shape though. And so the construction, let's talk about that first before we talk about the shape. The construction of this one is all maple, all right, including the axle as well. And if you've not seen how the axle system works on this, first off, the response is drilled holes here, so you get a little bit of friction there with your string. Recommended, of course, using only cotton string on this. It will... if you're using poly or nylon, it will cause too much friction and it might burn out on you and break on you. So that's what I have on here now. Let me go ahead and take this off. So yeah, maple axle goes over your metal axle, and then it's take apart, which is awesome. Not a lot of wooden take apart yo-yos out there that are handmade, and so that's awesome. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the style that would be like on a no jive or something like that. Very similar. Really nice size axle, just kind of a standard, and wears in really well as well. I've had this for actually a couple months. I've just been kind of sitting on it. I've been wanting to do a review on it. I just haven't got around to it. So like I said, full maple caps as well. There is another option with this, is that the body itself is maple, but the caps are Purple Heart, which would add a little more weight to it, just like this is. This has rings in it that are brass shavings. That's an add-on, adds a little more weight even still. But yeah, you can even tell majorly this is a much lighter in the hand yo-yo compared to that Purple Heart's really going to add a lot of weight. So I don't have that one, so I would assume though it's going to add just a little bit more rim weight. All right, you don't really have that, but it would be a little bit heftier. So perhaps if you're doing some of those tricks like kickflips, things like that, might be more beneficial. But I actually really like the lightweight on this. I have a lot of fixed axle yo-yos, and it's kind of nice to have something a little bit different as far as the actual wood and feel on the string. So I can't really think of what else to talk about. It's really good. It's solid. It looks good. Nice grain on there. Oh yeah, and the glossy sort of finish has kind of a lacquer finish. And so they have some other really cool ones too. Hildy Bros likes to experiment with things, and I think they still have on their site. I almost jumped on it. If I hadn't already owned this one, I would have done so, where it's just kind of like they were experimenting with things and they didn't do like a full run of them. And you don't know what you're going to get. It's kind of a mystery. But they're always doing really cool things with their caps in particular. I also saw, man, it was the monthly throw edition that was really cool. That was sort of silk screened on there, flower sort of design, really beautiful. So yeah, Hildy Bros makes fantastic handcrafted beautiful pieces of art. So let's go ahead and actually play it, see how it plays on the string. All right. Rocking the new ZipLine shirt I got. It's so nice and soft too. All right, welcome back to the on the string section with the Azalea. I've been playing this yo-yo a lot since I've gotten it. I try to, at least every Friday, pick up a fixed axle yo-yo. You know, it's Fixed Friday after all. For a lot of people, February is sort of the month where they focus on fixed axle. So just because there's not a contest this year doesn't mean that you shouldn't pick up a fixed axle, and it's a good start. Whenever we were doing the in the hand section, I actually forgot to talk about the profile completely. So let's talk about that real quick. It is a lot more flared out, right? It's a little bit bigger in diameter as well than the Courier, but much more flared out, more of a V shape, and so you're going to be able to hit a lot of the same tricks, but tricks that maybe take a little bit more of a high wall, like for instance kickflips, might not hold as well No, it's not that it's going to be impossible by any means, but it might not hold as well as something like the Courier that has a lot more high wall on it. So this is a lot more classic, this is a little bit more modern, let's put it that way, okay? All right, I think that's all we really need to talk about. One of the things that it's going to be really good at, because of that flared gap, is things like aerials. Kick flips on it. Like I said, it doesn't have as high wall as Courier, but it's not impossible. Well, it's impossible if I can't actually land it, but that's my fault. So yeah, I'm not, oh, that's kind of an awkward catch, but it's not really falling out. It holds stalls really nice. Not really a problem there. The response is really nice on this. It's exactly where I want it. I'm not gonna be able to do a shoot the moon in here because of the low ceilings, but well, maybe I can, hold on. Get down here. Okay, ready? Nope. Still too low. Okay, here. Yeah, so the response is good. The response is good, even though I hit my ceiling. So for things like back of the hand stalls, the profile on this is going to be a little bit better than something like the Courier. It's just a little bit wider, holds its balance a little bit easier. It's really comfortable in the hand as well with that V shape. Man, regens are really nice with the Azalea. Ooh. That's gonna do it for my review of the Azalea by Hildy Bros. Man, it's super good. I love this fixed axle. It's nice and light and nimble and just a little bit different as far as, you know, a little bit more of a flared gap. So especially if I'm shooting tricks like, you know, aerials. Oh, I almost landed it. It's a little bit easier, right? It's just a little bit easier to learn some of those tricks on it. And so it's really nice to have just a variety of different fixed axle shapes. My encouragement to you is if you've never picked up a fixed axle yo-yo, this is a good place to start. Azalea is a really good price point, and it's a really good fixed axle yo-yo, and they come in some really cool, rad designs. The Courier is good too, but the Azalea is really nice, and it's refreshing, and it's pretty cool. Hildy Bros. Makes quality toys. That's going to be it for my review of the Azalea by Hildy Bros. And as usual, good day and good yo-yo.